Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. How's things? Now, motorcycles and motorcyclists are overrepresented when it comes to traffic accidents, injuries and fatalities. We make about 1% of all the miles travelled in this country, but we make about 9% of all the injuries and fatalities on the road. Why is that? We're not bad road users. In fact, I think the vast majority of motorcyclists are better informed about the road than the average driver. Things just conspire against us, this whole system. We haven't got the extra protection of a metal cage, and things that are on the road affect us disproportionately. Things like metal covers, chip seal road repairs, other drivers not being aware of us, potholes affect us disproportionately. A whole series of things kind of conspire against motorcyclists that cause us to be overrepresented in that negative category. So what do? Take extra training, do a bike safe, do a ROSPA or IAM course or something else, some advanced training. That usually helps with being, better prepared, more aware of the hazards. We also have campaign groups in support of bikers, like Motorcycle Action Group or the IAM ROSPA. Then we also have campaigns and slogans, right? We've all heard them. Think bike, think biker, for example. That's a good one. All that think bike, think biker is saying is, hey, Mr. Car Driver, please be aware of us. We're more vulnerable. We have to deal with more shit than you do. Could you just be a little bit kinder and just bear us in mind? Make some space. Look for us. Let us filter. All of those things. Give us some space. It's not too much to ask the car driver, is it? Would they listen to it? I think the jury's out on that one. There's no evidence that think bike, think biker makes things any better. I think I heard that on a bike safe course. I don't have the statistics on that. I do have statistics on the accidents and the overrepresentation. I'll put some links in the description. So I'm not making this stuff up. So as I was saying, we are disproportionately represented in negative statistics. We are viewed with some negativity and some suspicion by a large section of the public. There are people who just don't understand motorcyclists, who think we're just loud yobbos, tear through their villages and break the traffic laws. It's not true. It doesn't mean to say that there aren't people out there who believe that, who hold those thoughts, and they are biased against us. So, as a group that has that kind of negative, disproportionate representation and that bias against us, I would have thought we'd be well aware. Oh, nice. I'd have thought we'd be well aware enough of this that none of us, no motorcyclist who is aware of these statistics should really have any problem whatsoever with the phrase Black Lives Matter. But I hear a lot from bikers in my community, in person or on social media, especially on social media, this whole thing with, oh, hang on a minute, mate, not Black Lives Matter, all lives matter. Sure, nobody's saying all lives don't matter. Nobody's saying Black Lives Matter more. Nobody's saying only Black Lives Matter. They're simply saying Black Lives Matter also. I mean, no idiot ever has said, no, hang on a minute, mate, think all cars, think all drivers. It's nonsense. So why do we have a problem with Black Lives Matter? They do matter. All lives matter. Ergo, by definition, biological extension, if all lives matter, then Black Lives Matter. And all they're saying with Black Lives Matter is, please understand the difficulties that we have extra. I mean, if you want to think about it, if you want to look into it, if you want to study, if you want to educate yourself, there are loads of statistics showing how racial minorities, BAME if you like, ethnic minorities, let me say, are disproportionately disadvantaged in this country. I'm not making them up. I'll put some links in the description. You can go and look for yourself and make up your own mind. And simply because of the color of their skin, or because of the ethnic nature of their name. These are your fellow citizens, your neighbors, your friends, your colleagues, your co-workers. So BAME people are disproportionately disadvantaged. Bikers are disproportionately more at risk. Should be some level of empathy and understanding going on here. With me so far? I hope so. Here's the kicker though, and here's the main difference. Motorcycling, for the vast majority of us, is an elective activity. We choose to do it. We choose to put ourselves in that position. We choose to take the risk. Okay? And we can choose to not do it. If it's snowing, if it's raining, if it's too cold, if it's too hot, if we just don't feel like it, we can do something else. We can stay at home. Our friends, our neighbors, our fellow citizens who are of a BAME ethnic origin, it's not a choice for them. They're born that way. They can't choose to stop it. They can't choose to not be that way. Nice bike. So I think the UK protesters, the UK Black Lives Matter or Black Lives Matter UK protesters, hello sir, they have something to say, they have something to demand, and it's quite right that they do so. I think they've been talking about this and trying to resolve these issues politically for many years, but they haven't been heard. They've been ignored. And I think they have a right to protest peacefully. And they have, in the main, in the vast majority, been protesting peacefully. And even the police will acknowledge that. The Prime Minister has acknowledged it. And then there are a few idiots on both sides who try to distract from that. Idiots, rioters, looters, criminals, they should be jailed. I haven't got any issue with that. If you're being violent, you should be arrested, you should be tried, and you should go to jail. But don't let the minority of idiots distract from the main aim of the protests. So let's try to engage. Let's not be distracted by the media commentators and people on social media trying to do whataboutery, trying to distract, trying to use the tiny minority to, detract from the rightful demands and the rightful protests. And listen, there are idiots in all walks of life, alright? There are bad people in all walks of life. It's not just on the protesters. The overwhelmingly vast majority of police people in the UK are good people, public service minded, trying to do a good job, a difficult job. But even within the police, there will be a few idiots. Like that copper who was arrested for being part of a neo-Nazi group. Bikers, the vast majority of us that I've encountered are nice people. But there are a few idiots, you all know who they are. So why would it be any different in any large group of people? Why would it be different within the protesters? Of course they're going to have some idiots. But we don't tar all the police and we don't tar all bikers with the same brush. We don't call them all idiots because of a few. Let's ignore the idiots and focus on the main message of what they're protesting, okay? What they are demanding, what they're asking for, which is something I think we can all agree to, is to combat all forms of racism. If you can't be for that, and guys, it's not enough just to say, well, I'm not a racist. You have to be more than just not racist. Not racist is just like the minimum requirement, okay? You're not a racist, what do you want, a medal? You have to do more, you have to combat, you have to be anti-racist. You have to combat racism when we identify and encounter it. In the form of bias that we see in the system, in the form of aggression, even microaggressions. Listen to what the protesters are saying. They're not asking you to apologize, they're not asking you to take a knee, they're not asking you to apologize for being white, they're not asking you to apologize for being a normal person. They're asking you to be allies, to acknowledge, yes, there are some biases in our system. Yes, you are disadvantaged. You are unfairly disadvantaged. So I hope I made myself clear. I don't have any problem with saying Black Lives Matter. And nobody should. If you say all lives matter, yeah fine, all lives matter. Ergo, by extension, Black Lives Matter also. They're just asking you to be an ally. They're asking you to help them combat racism when you encounter it. When you perceive a bias, when you perceive a microaggression, when you hear something, and you know when you hear it, that's not quite right, to have that conversation, to have that difficult conversation. Whether it be your friend, your family, doesn't seem to be much to ask. It's not too much of a burden on me. And it could help so many of our fellow citizens. Like I said, our neighbors, our friends, our colleagues. Hello, sir. Frankly, it's been so difficult just to have a normal conversation recently. Everybody's just so polarized. It's like everybody is in an extreme of one or the other. The middle ground, the center, it's just a barren wasteland. Everybody's taking radical positions. That's not going to lead to any solution. Just listen to the other side. Listen to the good arguments. Debate the points. Debate the facts. If you think I'm wrong, tell me why. Justify it with some data. justify it with some examples. Thanks for listening, guys. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. If I could ask you to, if you're not subscribed already, if you could hit that subscribe button, that would be great. I'm nearly at 50 subscribers. Let's see if I can get there. Be lovely. Give us a like or give us a thumbs down. Leave a comment. Say where I'm wrong. I'm open-minded. I'll listen to you. We'll have a debate.